everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? Oh my God. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from being someone that participated in this last month. I'll tell you that much. June is a beautiful month. The weather is gorgeous. They have many weddings, graduations, all kinds of things. It's the month that we in the bar business. Oh my God. And it's also, thank you for reminding me, Leo. In our calendar, Lavinia is donning the pages of our calendar. And so she is the perfect person for this. She was in Colorado over the weekend performing for 30 million people, I think. I don't know. It's a crazy number. But anyway, she and Chocolatina Q Dessert were out there. So we love Lavinia, of course. So that's her in our calendar. I got to say, first one in tonight, Danielle of D's Enlightened Edits. Hi, Maria and Leo. Happy Tuesday. Right on the heels of D is Rena Cugnali-Berge, my cousin and marvelous human being from Massachusetts. So D's Enlightened Edits. You're like, what is that? So Danielle is our friend, of course. We love her for being our friend. But she's an amazingly gifted spiritual medium, teacher, healer, dream interpreter. I mean, I don't know what this woman doesn't do when it comes to making you feel better. It's incredible. So anyway, I've had a quantum session with Danielle, which just changed my life. And then I had a spirit animal reading with Danielle. And I highly encourage you to go to damcldesigns.com and pick something that will soothe your soul. That's what I say. Danielle will soothe your soul in the very best way. So happy last Tuesday of Pride. Thank God, Danielle. Thank God it's the last Tuesday. I cannot be any more fabulous. I can't be fabulous anymore this month. I can't work anymore. I can't welcome people from around the world anymore to our Mecca of fabulousness.
Fabulous.
But that shirt is really putting me in a good mood. Leo, you are the most festive. Look at you, and you're shimmying. Are you shimmying?
I think so, but the lines blurred.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. Leo, that is Leo Rodriguez, our accidental stage manager, our amazing tech guru, our amazing everything. Now, let me just explain something to you. Oh, wait, what did Danielle say? Oh, that doesn't do list is probably shorter. Yes, that's true. You're always fabulous, but yes, to no more work. Thank you, Danielle. Oh my God. I mean, if you're not in New York, I don't even know how to describe to you how busy New York has been.
Hi, Weather Girl.
Oh my God, Weather Girl, Leo Rodriguez. By the way, Rena Cugnali-Berge and her husband had their anniversary recently, Mr. February in our original calendar. So I know it happened a while ago, but we want to wish you all the continued love in the world. Can't wait to see you. I'm going to try to come home in July. Maybe, I don't know what's happening July 4th. Well, I do know what's happening in New York July 4th. July 4th is a big day, as it always is. But Leo and I have been working on this, the song that I wrote with Will T. and Hall, co-wrote with Will T. and Hall, This Is My America. We are working on a beautiful video for that song. Our friend Ron Lee from New York One TV, which is the biggest station. It's an amazing station. I did an interview with them this week, with Ron, who's amazing. And so I know I've been talking about this for the last few weeks, but now the deadline has arrived. Leo made a beautiful teaser, and it's a song about immigration. We sent it to New York One. They're going to use it this week to introduce our interview on July 4th. It's going to be launched. We're going to launch the entire video. And what we've been doing is we have been asking our listeners and friends to please submit, and we need them by tomorrow. That's it. No later than tomorrow. Leo has to work. He's already on the deadline. I mean, I keep giving Leo these deadlines, and I can't keep doing this to Leo. It's not fair. And they need it. New York one needs it like in 2 days. So by tomorrow, if you have not gotten your pictures in, your immigration pictures in, we have so many amazing people. Pictures of, like, for instance, here's a picture that I would have of some of my family that came from Italy. My uncle, my grandmother, my grandfather, my uncle Louis, my Ziana, Rena's mom. Look how sweet she is, little Ziana. My uncle Johnny, Marisa, the Reskowski's dad, and then my mom, my beautiful mom. So, you know, things like this. And what you do is you take a picture of yourself holding a picture like this of your family that was from another country. And you are obviously in this country now. So it's a song about immigration. I can't wait for it to air. So be looking on. And you hear that arrangement, you hear all those horns. So Will Tian Hall and I co-wrote it. He did this beautiful. He just is a beautiful composer. And then Lynn Portis, we went into the studio, and she added strings, horns, all kinds of amazing colors, musical colors to it. And so it has become this beautiful, epic thing. Oh, I just see Jared popped in. Hi, Jared. So Jared also submitted a photo of his family from the Philippines, which is amazing. We also want to give a shout out to, speaking of the Philippines, of Love. What is the name of that? Love Lies Here? Jared, type it in. There's a new Broadway musical, and they had a float yesterday in the parade, and I thought of you. And the unions, local 802, it was a strike because they didn't want to use live musicians. And I got to say, local 802, who is run by our friend John Piatoro, it's a musicians union. It's one of the best unions, I think, out there. They worked hard with the producers, and they come up with a great compromise. So now they're going to have live musicians. Love Lies Here, is it? Oh, Here Lies Love. Thank you, Jared. I know you would know because Jared was very invested in that working out. And I followed your posts about it, Jared. So thank you for educating me on that. So yeah, that's a beautiful. I'm sending a big shout out to that musical because they did the right thing. They come up with a compromise. You know, we have to keep using live musicians. We can't go to things like that. You know, so this is good. They reached an agreement. Yes, they did. Oh, and Danielle says, "Oh, with Leah Salonga." Yes, I believe her. I believe she is in it. Yes, she's amazing. Now, speaking of Jared, can I just say what an honor? So yesterday. Oh my God, it feels like it was a week ago. Yesterday was the Pride Parade in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Jared was doing his Life in Plastic podcast, but also goes live stream, which is amazing, which I love. We've had Jared on the show a few times. And he said, "Hey, do you want to be on my live?" I said, "What time?" 3:00. And I thought, oh, I'm going to be in the Village. And then I thought, why don't I broadcast from the Village? So Jared was nice enough to pop me in yesterday during his live, and and we did a live from the Stonewall. And Jared, what an honor to be with you and your friends.
Fun.
It was, well, you know, Jared is just the sweetest thing. So I'm on there for about 10 minutes with my beautiful friend Jared. Then I had to pop off because it was just too crazy. But you know, I don't have to tell you, Leo. It's insanity. I mean, they predict that there were 5 million people in that parade, or watching the parade, or down in the Village.
That is more than a gaggle of gays or a litter of lesbians, let me tell you.
I'm telling you. And I got to tell you, it wasn't just gay people at all. It was families. It was allies. It was people supporting. It was just a gathering of people that wanted to be there. And I got to tell you another thing. I was talking to our friend Lynn Portis, genius, today. And the world has really changed. I don't know what's, I know what they put on the news, but I really do not think they understand what's really happening. And what I mean by that, it's very easy to just look at a small group of people and say, or attack something, or what is the word? Sensationalize something.
Hmm.
But unless you are it, in the circle, what I noticed yesterday, for better or for worse, and for better, I'm going to go with better, but this generation of young people, you're not going to tell them what to do. There is really, I do not see anyone controlling them. They are super, super independent, very independent. And it was mostly young people. Like, back in the day, it was like this mix of a lot of people. It is really lean now. It leans towards young people. And I got to tell you, I mean, when people say, oh, my kids are, oh, they're all about being fluid. That's exactly what it was. It was a bunch of friends that came from all over the country, all over the world, mostly young people. Some were gay, some were not, it didn't matter. They don't care anymore. You know what's funny? They don't care. They are just with their friends. They do not make a big deal about it. They are just existing, celebrating life, celebrating fun, celebrating joy. It's the news that's on. They're just having fun, and they're just enjoying each other's company, and the pageantry of it all, and the showmanship of it all, and the theatrics of it all, because that is really what it's about. The theatrics of it. So I was like, you know what? I don't know what they think they're doing, but they're not really stopping any steamroller from coming in.
Well, unfortunately, those people all leave certain small towns to get to the Mecca where they can be
Yes,
like that because as and even as much as I love Idlewild, there's still remnants
of course.
of the battles that we went through to get to this place now in some of these states and small towns.
Of
So
course. Oh, there's Joe Simmons, my friend from England, who says, I miss Pride in New York. No pride like it. Joe, I kind of feel the same way. Yesterday I took a little, hold on, let me grab my fan because it's getting hot in here, girl.
yeah,
Um, it is getting hot in here. But I took a little bit of live footage because as I got off the subway, you have to time it. You have to walk anyway. I was like, wow, I always forget how amazing it is. So I took a little live footage, but exactly, Joe, there's really nothing like it. Now, do I want to do it every year? Like I said to Leo before the cast, that might have been my last year of working Pride because it's really hard. That is hard work, physically hard work when you're in it and you can't get out. And not because it's intense, to be in the middle of 5 million people. But I shout out to the young people in the world and those of us and those that came before us that God knows that took the punches and paved the way and kept fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. And this generation is not taking no for an answer. And as I said, they are not fighting amongst themselves. They come with their straight friends. They don't care. They're just
yeah.
friends. I mean, it was just amazing. I was like, oh, everybody's just having fun. Everybody and the police officers gigantic shout out to the NYPD. They were amazing. The EMTs were amazing. I mean, how do you even do anything? We had an incident. A woman fainted on the street, and I helped her because she just, I'm one of those people that jumped in
Mhm.
there. But I got to tell you, the EMTs were like on it like that, and they couldn't they just are running with their equipment. I mean, I never saw anything like it because you just can't get through. You can't get through with cars and stuff. So they were
And
running. Yeah, and they brought her, and I mean, we got her. She passed out from I don't know if it was heat or what the hell, but anyway, I threw water down her back. She was like pale as a ghost and skinny little thing. I picked her up. Somebody grabbed the chair. It was crazy. But the EMTs were there. They were incredible. The police officers were incredible.
they've
I
always been good though. They've always been every time I've been in New York Pride, they've always been there and supportive
amazing.
and
Um,
it always
and cute. Yeah, you're right.
it,
And girls and guys, adorable. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
A person in uniform to me is just amazing. So
Who else showed up though? Who else happened to show up down there in that?
Oh, okay.
Pride.
So this is so yesterday. I mean, that was Pride Day, right? So then that was Sunday. We got a little quiet message because we had to keep it hush hush, right? From the owner, Kurt Kelly is the most amazing. He is the one of the owners of Stonewall, but he is the managing partner. So that means he runs everything. He's in the trenches. He runs everything from like just everything. He's involved in it. Anyway, guess who surprised us yesterday? But we had a little heads up. So I got there early. I had to be there at 5, but I got there at 2. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, our Vice President, Kamala Harris. And I took these pictures of, she came in. That's Kurt Kelly, who I cannot say enough about, who is the real deal. And she hugged him immediately. And it was like an instant connection. What a lovely, lovely, lovely human she is. Look, I always liked her. I have opinions about certain things, but I got to tell you what I are used to seeing on television when they talk or when they, whatever they do, and what she was down there, and how authentic and lovely and humble, and she took it in. I am in love with her. I just thought what she did, these are people cheering as she was going through the crowd. They
must have been so surprised.
Oh, well, first of all, there were a few people there that they told us later were like plants. They have to be because they're undercover Secret Service, dressed in little cute shorts.
Ooh.
Adorable. So there were a few there, and then afterwards,
I'd have frisked them.
You had a frisk. You would have.
I would have frisked them. Yeah.
So here she is behind the bar, which is so cute, with Christy, Peggy, and Holly Beth. Which, and they said to her, yes. So this is a double picture. They said we didn't want to recreate this before the 2020 election. Joe Biden went there, went to the Stonewall Inn, and posed. Everybody said he was wonderful. Look, I don't care what you say. I love Joe Biden. So whatever you think is your business. I love the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, he was there before the elections, and he posed. He was there for a while, and he posed behind the bar with the same people, the same 3 bartenders. And so when Kamala came yesterday, Kurt said, "Hey, these are the same 3 bartenders. Can I get a picture of you?" And he showed her the picture of Joe, and it was the cutest thing. And she said, "Oh my God, I can't wait to tell Joe." And it was like just the way she was like, "I can't wait to tell Joe." Like, "Oh, that's my friend," or it is her friend. It also happens to be the president of the United States. But Kamala Harris, I cannot say enough. There was like a warmth that came over me being around her. And it was very crowded, and it was hard to talk to her one-on-one, but I did get an opportunity, a little window. And I thanked her, and you know what she said? "Thank you. Thank you for all you do." And I almost cried. I mean, but she was so sincere. And you have to remember something. And I told her this. I said, I remember it. When they passed gay marriage in California, there is footage of this. She was the district attorney.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Was she the district attorney or the attorney general?
Attorney General, yeah. The AG.
The AG. She was on that phone. It passed. And she's on the phone with the courts. And she says, "No, it just passed. It's the law. Go ahead and marry them. Do it right now."
Mm-hmm.
And I have chills. And you know what? She was the first one to do that. This is 20 years ago. It was 2003. So whatever you think about Kamala Harris, fine, think it.
Whatever you think about our potential next president of the United States.
Whatever you think of anything. I'm telling you, I met these people. They're beautiful. And I cannot say enough. Pat them down, says Joe Simmons. Next time we'll have Leo pat them down. Oh my God, though, the Secret Servicemen that were in uniform,
I bet.
woo, were they hot?
I bet.
And I got to tell you one more thing that warmed my heart to no end, and then I'll shut up. Warmed my heart to no end. There were these, I was upstairs setting up the bark because we had 2 shows last night, and I had to be ready before it happened. There were 3 Secret Service that came up. One was like a bigwig, and he just stood there in his suit. He was lovely, though. But then there were 2 guys dressed in civilian clothing that literally combed the whole place. They went through every nook and cranny to make sure there were, nothing that could hurt anybody.
Every nook and cranny.
Stop it, Leo. Stop it. So they went through everything. They made sure, and they call it a sweep, right? And then after she had gone, I said, okay, I think she left, and she left, and then I went upstairs, and they were still there because they have to be upstairs watching to make sure. There were also, which was incredible, during Gay Pride and yesterday. I mean, I never saw this, but there were SWAT teams on the roofs.
Oh, wow.
Yes, because during the parade, apparently we're targets now. So
well, there was we heard news that there was a vandal targeting the monument outside.
Yeah, well, that's why they had but you know what? NYPD is amazing, and then so's the federal. My hat off to all these people. But I got to tell you the cutest story, and then I'll shut up. So these guys, they were just really fun, and I made a connection with them. And then I bought them a drink upstairs, and they were like, oh, no, we want to pay. I said, no, you know what? That's on me. Thank you for your service. My niece is in the Air Force, and I thank you. And they said, our sisters are in the Air Force. I said, that's amazing. And then he said to me, while they were leaving, can we take a picture with you? Because our sisters are, I know, our sisters are, both our sisters are gay, and we want to tell them that we met you. I was like, I'm just a bartender. Like, they were so kind and sweet. And I just, all of a sudden, I feel happy in my heart. I feel patriotic again. Not that I always feel patriotic, but my faith was restored yesterday. It was restored. So anyway, that's how I feel now.
That's amazing.
Yes, I know. Let's so Lauren Muffson says amazing. Go ahead, Leo. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, there is a genius in the green room. Genius alert! Genius alert! I
know.
But I wanted to show you a little bit of fabulousness from my side of the coast. I was not able to be in a parade or to be close to the parade, but my kids have been. I've been doing camp now, and I have a video club. And so last week was Foodie Week. So we went around to some field trips to 3 different places in Idlewild. We had pizza at one spot, and we had El Buen Cacao, which is a chocolate maker and chocolatier. We don't have Hershey's there. We don't have Ghirardelli. We have El Buen Cacao, and they make their chocolate like, oh my God, it was so good. So the kids got to see the process from the pulp of the bean being fresh to it being roasted and ground down and then melted and everything. And we also got a wonderful visit to Amelia's Donuts. Now, Amelia's Donuts is one of my favorite stories up here because she started just delivering donuts during the pandemic up in this small town. Now she has a store, and it's Amelia's Donuts and more. And so we went there, and the kids, my video club, made a commercial for them.
God,
I've been expelling my... So here's the commercial that my kids made, and I hope you all like it. When you come to Idlewild, you're going to have Amelia's Donuts.
Oh, my God. Oh my God.
We all filmed, but I gave them the material. I showed them how to do some editing, and they edited and they put it out, and they came back for a little bit of notes, and then they finished it. So now we've given it to the Amelia and Coach Jim there, and they love it. And it's all over the Idlewild Facebooks and all over the ads. We've got 2 more ads coming out for the other 2 spots, and then they're making content for for their stuff. So
Leo, you should be so proud of yourself.
I'm proud of the kids.
Yes,
The
I
kids are
know, but
amazing.
you've been working with these kids now. You running that center, and I mean, you always show me these little videos, and those kids are so funny. But you know what? I remember people in my life when I was a kid that showed me the arts and walked me through it, and then said, "Okay, now you do it." And that's what you do. You're a hands-on teacher, and you show them. You know who else is like that? Krista Piero.
Mm-hmm.
Krista Piero, same thing. You know, and it's like, okay, now you go ahead. Let me see. You do it now. And you never forget these teachers. I never forgot my teachers. These kids will never forget you. You will never forget them. It's just amazing. I'm just so proud of you. So
Thank
proud
you.
of you, honey.
Thank you. It's so much fun.
Oh, look what Danielle wrote. Even keto for Maria. You know, I was thinking that. I was like, although I'm not going to lie, I went off today because I needed something. I was like,
you needed some sugar, some loving to come into your
Justin, but I'm going right back on tomorrow. Because Wednesdays is when I get my delivery, my keto deliveries. Okay, let's read some of our comments, and then we're going to bring on Lynn Porter's Genius and her beautiful husband, Joe Brennan, because they're going to talk about, Lynn's going to talk about some stuff she has going on. And Joe, who is an engineer, Joe Brennan is an engineer, but he is working with solar panels now, and he has all this incredible information. And one of the things I wanted to talk about the new generation, this generation is not messing around. They are very environmentally conscious, So we could learn a thing or two from people that also are. And anyway, before we do that, let me just read some of the comments, and then we will bring them on. So Cora Gauthier, how did I miss Cora Gauthier, my gorgeous cousin? Hello, beautiful people. You are beautiful, Cora. I love my cousin Cora, and her handsome husband, Bill, who's just remarkable human. And let me see what else we got here. Ed Kutu of Blade Salon. If you want your hair did and you're in Rocky Hill, Connecticut, Ed's your guy. I got to tell you, one of the best Instagram pages I've ever seen from Blade Salon. I love their Instagram. It's gorgeous. So nice work there, Eddie. I think Eddie runs it. Jared, you made me cry. He said, Jared, you are so sweet. When I was on the feed, on the live with Jared, I was just telling the story of Stonewall and while I was walking through, and Jared was so sweet. He teared up, and I didn't mean to make you cry, Jared. I was just telling the story, but you were so sweet.
It's contagious this week, Jared.
I know. What an honor to be on that show with Jared. I love. Okay, Gene Simpson Dunn. What a moment. Yes. Gene Simpson also sent us pictures. She and her husband, Chris, adorable. So remember, tomorrow is the deadline. We are celebrating immigration. We're making a video. Leo's making the video. I wrote the song and, have this idea about immigration and how I want to present this video. But Leo and Bill Goffey's provided all this gorgeous footage and photographs of the Statue of Liberty. So tomorrow's your deadline. If I don't have the pictures by tomorrow, sadly, you cannot be in our video because I have to send it to New York One. I can't be late, So please, tomorrow.
Well, at least not this year.
This year, right. What we're going to do is we're starting a campaign, and every year on 4th of July, our friend Leo Rodriguez is going to update and put new people on. And we're going to open it up to people across the country. And New York One is going to invite their viewers to send in pictures. It's going to be really cool. And also, I had an interview with them. It's really great. So I can't tell you all about it. But watch the 4th of July weekend. If you're watching New York One, Ron Lee, Lee, our friend, is doing a special report on the song that I co-wrote with Wilty and Hall that Lynn Portis did the arrangement for, and Leo Rodriguez is doing the video. Bill Goffey provided photography.
Who did you say was the arranger? Who was that? What name?
Leo Rodriguez.
No.
Oh, the arranger. Lynn Portis Genius. Whoa!
Oh!
That is the funniest thing. When you say genius, I laugh so crazy.
Yes, I love it.
How are you?
Oh, we're great. We're great. Look how cute you are. You're in your studio?
I'm home. I got my glasses, my earphones.
You're ready.
I love that living room.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I miss you, Leo. You look fabulous.
We need to be sitting on that couch having a cup of coffee, talking.
All right. When you come home, when you come back.
Yes, we'll do that.
Happy Pride. Happy Pride.
Thank you, honey. Happy Pride.
I said, it was like a perfect time to come on. And that story, Maria, crying.
Which story?
Everything. First of all, just at the Stonewall, I know how many people were there. I was like watching it on the television. My brother says it's like the Macy's parade now. It's like, look at this float and look at a lot of people in a very small space.
5 million, Lynn.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
5 million. But I got to say, everybody the cops were great. There was not, I mean, yes, people get, heat stroke and all that. And they have a couple of drinks and they pass out. But other than that, it was really cool.
I always remember being out in front of Stonewall a couple years back and seeing Maria on her motorcycle. I remember that. Yeah, that.
You know what? That's one of the highlights of my life. 3 years in a row, I rode in the parade. I struck, the sirens. They call them the sirens. They're the motorcycle gang of the parade. You sign up months in ahead, and we rode. And then that was like the highlight. Me and Bill Goffey did it with me too one year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the
you ride the whole parade. You start. It's like,
Jean. Hi, Jean.
Jean Simpson. Jean sent in a picture.
I love her.
Oh, she's the best.
I know. I didn't send a picture. If I can find something really good tonight, I will. Otherwise, I won't. John, my son John is on a tugboat. He's the one we always talk about.
Yeah.
And I told him about Billy Goffey's pictures. And he said, the boat that gets the closest to the Statue of Liberty is the Staten Island Ferry.
Mm-hmm. Really?
The reason he has, because boats are not allowed to get that close. Even John, unless he's underway, he says he can.
Really?
But they're very strict about how close you can get.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Billy's got good pictures.
I will have to say that I believe I can beat Billy. Well, back in the day when the Spirit Cruises went around, because I was a singer on the Spirit Cruise and got to sing Where the Stars and Stripes and the Eagles Fly on top of the boat in front of the lady when we went around for the 15 minutes. And I think that got even closer than
they changed all those. Since 9/11, everything's changed.
Yeah, but they don't. Well, this is after 9/11, but we don't sing anymore on that boat, so I don't think they do it.
You know what? You're right, Lynn, because I was on the Ellis Island boat, which I cannot stress enough. If you come to town, you have to go to Ellis Island. You will cry your eyes out the whole time you're there. It's all about immigration. And anyway, I went there with my mom and my Ziana and my Nana and Rena Crignali-Bergi. But it was before 9/11. Because I have pictures of us and the Twin Towers are in the background. But it's such a moving, it's such a moving experience because if you did it in time, you could get, my dad said that you could get your people in the wall, engraved in the wall that had come through Ellis Island.
Yep.
And it's really beautiful. Like it's very, very, very powerful place to be.
Wow.
Now, Linny.
I talked to Leo. I sent a thing. I have a show called 108 Waverly, written by Dan Clancy, who was probably, I don't know, I guess since the beginning of the Stonewall. Dan's been downtown. Dan lived on Greenwich Street, and he and his husband, Charlie, have been together since the beginning. Anyway, I met Dan, I guess I was teaching. I was a kid. I was like, 25. And we met and we wrote our first musical called The First Time. And from then, we wrote several musicals.
I love that show, by the way. That show, The First Time. That's a beautiful
this musical, 108 Waverly, takes place on Waverly Place. And it opens in 1927, 28. And is a gentleman, and his lover he's reading a book to him, but he sneaks in to see him. And he asks him to spend the night. And he can't. He has to, he's literally hiding from whomever. And the second scene is the same apartment, but it's in the 90s. And there's a guy in his, jockeys and he's, walking around. And you don't know, is that a ghost? Who is that? And why is he in that apartment? And then you realize it's another two guys. So you go back from different decades. So it opens in the 20s, and it goes back to the 90s and back and forth. And there are parts of the show where they all are together.
Let me tell you something.
But you had to see it you saw it in the 90s.
I saw it in the 90s.
2000 when we ran in Queens.
It's so gorgeous. it's such a beautifully written show on both parts. The book is beautiful, Dan, and Lynn wrote the music. It's beautiful. That's where I met Jamie McGonigal, who
Jamie played Brian.
Yeah,
I mean, Matthew. Sorry, Jamie. Matthew.
Now, Lenny, you're doing the show again in Florida,
yes,
right?
We're doing this in Florida.
Okay.
Wilton Manor out of Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale, Wilton Manor is where the theater is.
Okay.
And I don't know if I didn't have like a flyer or anything, Leo, but I did send something through Facebook. But the previews are November 2nd that week, and it opens up, I guess, the 7th, and it will run till December 10th.
Beautiful. And we'll bring you back on. Maybe we can get Dan Clancy to.
Dan would be. It would be wonderful to see Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the guys will all be wonderful. Producer, director.
Are they still auditioning?
I believe we have 3 in. I think we have 3. We have 1 more.
Do you want us to pull anything up, Lynn, to show, or you sent, or no?
I said it's called 108 Waverly, but I thought for today, because it's Pride, if I spoke about the show,
okay,
and your opening, the first song was called "Spend the Night." The man is in 1927, 28, asking his lover to spend the night, and the second song is called "Absolutely Fabulous" because they go into the white party.
Right, because it's in the 90s.
They're back. So you have like 90s. Real dance tracks. So it's real dance tracks. Like back then I was working at the Palladium. I used to do like tracks and stuff. So I have like, I love, that's my jam though. That's my stuff. So let me go back. And then his partner has to go to an affair, and he needs to put on a tux, and he doesn't want to go. He has to find someone to go with him to this dance, and he doesn't want to dance without him, but he has to find a cover, a female.
Right.
And as funny as it might seem, it's just so sad.
Yeah.
And the problem that the younger couple is, one wants to adopt, and the other one says, I can't do that. I can't do that to the kid. Because it was the 90s. So when Dan and I wrote this, it was okay, like, to write it, never believing that in 2023 these songs still mean so much.
Yeah.
And they're still they need to be heard. So it's really sad because back then it was like, I guess we haven't gone that far since the 20s. We think we have. You think that it's safe to go into the woods today. You think that today you're accepted for being gay. You think your career is on your fast track. You think that it's safe to turn your back, but think again, things haven't turned out that way. I mean, that was in the 90s. And here we are dealing with what we're dealing with the snipers,
Can you, and that's 100 years later, Lenny. Think about that.
100 years from this.
100 years from when those characters you wrote.
And this show that you're doing in Florida is at the Foundry, the plays of Wilton
Manor.
Wilton Manor, and so they're focused on LGBT plus plays, and I'm doing my research right now since you gave me last minute on this.
No, I just thought of it. I said, I'll tell you.
But they're also that's great that you're going to put this up in a place. Yeah, it's a perfect place.
With the background, with the rainbow.
And they celebrate everything, and they are really in spreading the culture and the news of the LGBTQ plus.
And they're in
community.
Florida.
And they're in Florida. Give it to them.
Of all places.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to tell you, I have a lot of friends that live in Florida now. And they're so sad about everything that's happening. And yet, like, there's such a beautiful gay community there.
Huge.
Like,
it's huge community.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not going to get too much into that because I want to stay happy and light. Well, you can't stay that light. But, I mean, it's hard to stay light when people hate you. But.
That's what I want to tell you. Okay.
Tell me.
That's what I figured I would say. Okay, here's Dan Clancy wrote this lyric. Okay, so it was 98. We did this show maybe 2001, right before the Trade Center. Okay. And the name of the song is very quick. Dan's lyrics. Love the boy. Hi, honey. Hi, Jewel. Love the boy, hate the man. Keep them children no one fears, Peter Pan. Love the boy, hate the man. Treat us like pets for as long as you can. And each stanza, make us laugh, make us pretty, but don't make us think. Say something witty, design our house, dye our hair, stay out of our schools, tell us what to wear. Sing a show tune, dance, leap, don't act up, massage us to sleep, make a souffle, serve us our food, don't speak of rights, put us in a good mood. Write a play, design a dress, no talk of infection, clean up our mess. Paint a picture, trim our fat. Who's Matthew Shepard? Take care of our cat.
Whoa.
Wow.
Play me Mozart. Plant me a tree. You couldn't know love. Let's talk about me. Whisper the gossip. God. Tell us the news. You can't have children. What makeup should I use? That's the lyric.
Whoa.
You should be reading this on John and Laurie's show tomorrow night. That's great poetry right there.
That's Dan Clancy's lyric. The music is like, it's crazy music.
What was that line? Who's Matthew Shepard? What's that line that stanza?
Yeah.
Who's Matthew Shepard? And then the next line, just like,
take care of our cat.
Yeah.
It's all the things that we think as a straight woman, out of what straight people see, gay friends, gay siblings, gay, associates can do for them, or why we love them. Because they could help me with my hair and my design in my house. But when it comes to love, when it comes to children, teaching in schools, you don't know about rights. What makeup should I use? Just like shit. Like,
what? No, it is so, that is, oh my God, that's so powerful.
And it's a wonderful song. And I don't, I'm always playing. And I said, no, I'm not going to play that because the lyric speaks.
But you wrote music to that.
That's called Love the Boy.
Love the Boy.
And it's in 108 Waverly.
Oh my God.
It's exciting.
Oh my, you have to come back on closer to it with Dan and talk about it.
Dan and I will come. But I'm honored to be here in the rainbow with you two. I love my brother. He's always been my inspiration. Robert and Chuck, his husband. My daughter Jackie and her wife.
Dr. Jackie.
I love them all. And I will fight the fight with you. I always will. And honored to be amongst you.
Well, thank you.
Don't get me crying now.
No, I know. And I got to tell you, that's what moved me so much about yesterday. Because, not yesterday, the day before. Because I saw, that's why I wanted to tell people, what you're seeing on the news is very manipulative to continue to divide you. And families have been divided. God, it's really happened in the last 6 years. It's very sad. And even, I hate to say it, but even people I know, it's not the same anymore. It makes me very sad. But what I will say is there are more people that we all love each other. Like if you see it at the parade, there's families, there's more people protecting we're a team. We're all a team now. It's not just us against them. And I said this yesterday. It's all of us, like parents and siblings of gay kids and just a business associates of gay. It doesn't matter. Everybody's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. These are human. We're all human beings. Don't tell me what to think. These are my friends, my neighbors, it's very powerful what's happening out there. And this generation, you're not going to tell them what to do or think.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it. Wow, that's a very powerful lyric, Lenny.
But I figured I would share that with you. And the show has it has a very interesting twist. Things are not what you think are going to happen.
Yeah.
The younger couple, they're very playful, but they go out to the white party and one, at that time you have to think of the 90s, real, popping pills before they go out dancing and it really is the time when he said what was it, something about there was a lot of AIDS being safe, staying in a relationship because it was safe to be monogamous as a gay man. You had to play around. You couldn't do that in the 80s and early 90s. So many couples stayed together but probably should not have.
Mm.
Because they were too afraid to, to get AIDS.
Really interesting.
You know your partner is safe. You know your numbers are okay. And why would you, it's sad. It was kind of one of those. So that's somewhere intertwined in that. Did you get it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy.
Lived it.
Oh, you get it.
I mean, yeah. The 90s is when I was
it was a fact that we can't even really understand now. But it was kind of, if you really think about it, happened kind of with COVID, people staying in situations for fear to leave and they couldn't.
Absolutely. You know when else it happened?
When?
During 9/11. I know I know a lot of people that stayed together because they were afraid to
safe. You had to play it safe.
Yeah.
And that's very much in the show about the couple playing it safe. And one is a graphic artist and one is a writer. They're wonderful characters. One is Asian American, and one is a banker in the 20s, and one is a school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the school teacher because, he talks about his students and his lover says, "Well, what do you say about me? What do you tell them?" And he describes this lovely woman who. a woman of mystery. You are, and he reads, he sings this song about the colors, the rainbow colors.
Wow.
And it's called The Color of Lies.
Wow.
And that probably is the best lyric in the show. What do you want for Christmas is the first lie. And he says, a doll? I mean, a truck? I mean, a doll. With a truck. He goes, a truck. I mean, a doll, a beautiful blonde with beautiful blonde hair and a dotted Swiss dress. When you turn it over, it doesn't cry. It starts out with a little white lie. And he gets older. Why didn't you try out for the team? I'm afraid. I mean, I was late and I got there too late to hear them laugh as I ran for the ball because I throw just like a girl wishing I was dead. The white lie turns to red and each lie changes color. And he lies his whole life in the song.
Wow.
All the way to the end. Do you love Matthew? It's very sad, but living the lie. The color of life. Yeah, it's very, very touching show.
And it's
honored that it's coming back. Thank you, Flora.
In Florida.
But it's perfect thing to talk about tonight. And
yeah.
I'm with you. I love you.
Oh,
Maria,
honey,
forever.
we know that. That is not even a question. Yeah. So, but I mean, I love the show. I saw it. I was so moved by it then. And now, Lenny, think about it.
How many
25 years later, and it's even more in a weird way because we're progressing. Look, I'm going to say that we have progressed. It's just that those people want to keep us quiet. They want to, it's like, no. Don't just jump back in there. So you know what? I think that like Lin-Manuel said it, love is love. And that's it. And love wins. And I think we just have to keep plugging away and loving each other. I think that's the key. Because if we keep loving each other, then the wolf outside the window doesn't really matter. We can't turn on each other. That's the problem.
It's all about love.
Yes.
There you go.
And the older you get, the more you see. That's why your play is so important, because we use plays to look back on history a lot of times. You can have something fresh and something new, and it hits, but it means so much more in that revival. It means so much more because you look back and you go like, we were there? We did that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's very true, Leo.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is like, wow.
I will say, here's your happy note. I have a 6-year-old in my camp who goes by she.
Okay. Really?
And the kids have been playing.
Because kids will do what kids do. They just go about
their business. No, he, she, they call each other by their names.
Right.
And they play.
And they play. And that's it. And it doesn't matter. It's just, that's what I mean. A child is not born to hate. They don't even know you have to be taught to hate.
You've got to be taught. Oh my God, Lynn!
You're
To
both
hate
singing.
and fear. Yes.
We've been like,
Got to be drummed into your dear little ear.
And I love that one of my favorite Broadway songs of all time is from Into the Woods. Children will listen.
Listen, yeah.
Careful
Careful
what you say. Children will listen.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Gene, do you know that song, Gene Simpson Dunn? Our friend Gene Simpson Dunn, who runs a theater in Danville,
course.
Illinois. I'm sure she knows it, but
Careful
listen, rumor has it, it's more than a rumor. Gene Simpson Dunn is retiring June 30th.
Beautiful.
And we are trying. I'm desperately trying to get her to visit New York. And if she does, Lenny, we have to get the whole group of
All right,
writers
let's
together.
do it. Let's do it.
And
we're
then
gonna have to celebrate.
Well, she said in September, right? That's gonna be a busy month for you. Amanda's there, and McBroom in September. Isn't she there? And so,
yeah,
I think it's just time for another party for Maria.
Another party, yeah. Amanda McBroom will be.
Hey, listen, we gotta eat. Let's go ahead.
Oh, geez, thank you for reminding
me.
I do want to say, you know who else is on here? Julie Cesari, our friend.
I saw Julie. I can't believe it.
She said, "Hi, Lynn, you little genius."
She's so beautiful.
She's so cute.
Me too, Gene.
Julie Cesari was our director in Tony and Tina's wedding. She hired us. Okay, here's the deal with the food. I am so tired. I said, I'm not cooking thing.
Yeah.
I am I'm going off my diet today. What do I really want?
Okay.
I want Thai food. So I got some Thai food around the. That's what, I went and picked it up. I didn't order it. They didn't deliver it. I actually picked it up.
Good.
But yes, this is what I'm having. My favorite. It's called shrimp drunken noodle. What it is big fat noodle. Some places they're flat. Some places they're fat. So these are the fat udon noodles, and it's like spicy Thai, and it's got string beans, red peppers, and all kinds of chili flakes. This is what if I'm going to cheat, that's what I do. I get Chinese food. And then, of course, I'm starting with the shrimp dumpling. How delicious is that? Little spicy ponzu sauce there. And then for dessert, I got one of the, you talk about cheap but delicious. I got a Reese's peanut butter cupcake. Now Reese's makes cupcakes too. Did you know that?
Reese's.
It's my favorite. I have to walk away. I can't look at it in the store. I got to go like this. Look away from me. But it's delicious. It's just like a peanut butter cup, but it's a cupcake. So that's what I'm having tonight. I didn't cook a damn thing. I was going to make a salad. I said, no, I don't feel like it.
You deserve it.
I deserve a day off from.
You worked hard.
I did. I worked really hard.
Maria the cook is on strike from Maria the worker.
Yes, just for today, though. I'll go right back to it. I may not even make sauce this week. Can you believe it? I just need a few days off. Tomorrow I have to work at the duplex.
You deserve it.
I was so crazy. I worked like every single. I know. All right. Maybe I'll make a little bit of sauce.
Not that I can have any all the way over here, but
when you come out, Leo, I'll have a big party, a big cooking party. Okay, so what time do we have? 9:55. 108 Waverly. Can you give us the dates to that again, Gene?
Yeah.
I mean, not Gene, Lynn.
Previews are November 2nd.
Wow.
And it runs the following week till December 10th. It'll run for the month.
We have a lot of friends in that area, so we'll have to do a promo and get them. You know, Scott Ryan's out there. I went to his wedding over the summer. He has so many amazing friends out there. Oh my God.
Let's see who's there. Bruce Linzer. Yes.
What is that?
Director. He's director.
Oh, okay.
Video submissions are requested for the regional premiere of the new musical 108 Waverly. Books and lyrics by Dan Clancy. Music by Lynn Portis. Genius. Oh, that's not in there.
Genius.
You got to stop that shit.
I love it.
I know. It's like crazy.
Now that nobody I know just says Lynn Portis anymore.
I know you created this thing.
I know.
And it's very difficult to live up to.
The other day, Lynn,
you don't have to live up to it. You already did.
Lynn did a background track for me, something that is very rare to find, for a Stevie Wonder song that my dad loves that he listened to Vietnam. And Lynn did it for me and put it through there. And my dad asked me, she's like, who did where did you get the music? I said, Lynn Porter's genius. Lynn Porter's.
I just played it.
Yeah, Lynn Porter's genius.
But that's it. Even John and Lori always go Lynn Porter's genius.
Oh God.
but I bought Lynn a cookie jar.
Oh, it's inside. I'll show you.
It's so funny. And I sent it to her one day just out of the blue, and you'll see she laughed. She liked it. Let's check on Danielle's excellent self-care. Good job. Thank you, Danielle. Yes, I couldn't do anything today. I'm kind of like my body is broken today. Oh my God, look at the pictures. Lynn Porter's genius. I'm telling you. And look at Leo's. Wait.
Oh my God.
Lenny,
it weighs a ton.
I know.
Me and you, Lynn.
Look what I sent
Leo, accidental stage manager.
Leo Rodriguez, accidental stage manager.
So listen, this is the thing. Let Maria give you a nickname, and you get a lovely gift.
That's it. You will, and I'll send it to you. I'll make sure it gets to you.
Oh my God.
Personal Creations is the company I use. They're great, by the way. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, excellent self-care, said Rena. I thought that was Danielle. New comments. Oh, you know what I didn't do, although we're almost at the end of our show.
It's because Danielle's like a cousin already. That's why you're
Danielle's totally a cousin. Totally a cousin. Okay, so this is super important. I will say it again. I'm sorry to be this way, but we have a deadline I need all the pictures. I need all the pictures for our video that we're making. We need them by tomorrow. If you're not in by tomorrow, not that I don't love you. Of course, I'll always love you, but you can't be in the video. Mm-hmm. And this is like this. Just I need a picture of you holding a picture of your family. That's it. You can hold it like some people are doing this, whatever. Okay? And you will be in the. And if you want to listen to the song, it's a beautiful song. It's called This Is.
I love your song.
And you did the arrangement for it. I wrote it with Wiltian Hall in his apartment in Washington Heights. Lynn, he is an immigrant, of course. He's sending me.
I have to say, Lynn, the part that I edit, and I'm editing this video, right? And I'm listening, and it is so regal.
Yeah, that's the French horn.
It is so.
But she blames it on the French horn. She doesn't take credit for
putting the way that it's the way that because it's not just the horn itself. But there's a pattern that you start during the lyric that I was editing to, that if you take it away, we could be standing at a gravesite or honoring the soldiers. It's that. Wow. It's that. It's that patriotic and regal, and as I'm sitting here listening to it, making everybody else cry. That is,
I know,
but I know Maria. A combination of all of it. This is my sister. I'm looking at the thing. We even look alike.
Me and you? Yeah. Oh, totally.
As a matter of fact, I think your hair is about the same length right now.
Everybody,
you might be a little longer.
Everybody thinks we're sisters. I love it.
But I know her for so long. I know what she felt. I felt
30 years.
I felt what she wanted. She tells me what she wants.
Well, listen, I know what you're going to do. So you're pretty easy to work with. That's not, but I knew and it's, you know what I love about Will? Will wrote the music. I wrote the melody. But he did this beautiful. He does very sweeping things, right?
Yeah.
And that's but you know what's great about him? He said, "I'm not really an arranger." I said, "I have one. I'm gonna hire her to do this." And he's like, "Sure, whatever you want," because we have to know our strengths and what we need help with. And he's like, "I'm not an arranger," so he gave me permission as the co-writer to get Lynn to do it, and I just love it. And I love how you blame it on the French horn, Lenny. You're like, it's the French horn. French horn played itself.
They gave us the lady, so.
That's right. And Bill Goffey takes the most beautiful pictures of the Statue of Liberty. So we used his pictures. We used his video. Leo does the most incredible work. He made this incredible teaser, and I cried. I literally started crying.
Fabulous.
And Leo called me and I was crying. He's like, "Did you get?" I was like, "I can't believe what you did." I was crying my eyes out. He's like, "Oh my God, are you all right?" I said, "Leo, this is so beautiful." So, Willie Rosado has bacon, egg, and cheese time for me. Oh my God, you know what that means? Ooh. Willie used to be the doorman at Brandy's, and he's still it might as well be, he's our brother over there. He knows that this is my trick at the end of the night to try to get drunk people out because we have to close. I go, you know what I want right now, right about now? I'm thinking about a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. And it's like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and everybody's drunk, and they go,
oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I go, you know where you can get one? Right down the street. There's a right there on the corner of 84th and 2nd. Matter of fact, I'll meet you there. You go there first, and then they all get their checks and go. They're like, oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you how to end my night. I'll tell you how I get people out of my gig.
Wow.
I'm playing the piano. It works every time. Forgive me. You play Lionel Richie, Hello. Like this.
Come on.
With you, it's my real slow. And in my dream. And they just, it's like magic. I swear. The way they cry laughing, but it works every time.
I believe it. I believe it.
So Lionel can clear the room.
Is it me? No, it's that song.
It's that song. Because if you were to put that everybody was it all night?
Oh yeah.
Everybody would be dancing. But hello.
No, you start with the introduction. Suspension. Boom.
Oh my God.
It's beautiful. And they were just having a good time talking. And all of a sudden they're looking at their cappuccino or like they want to be. There's nothing left on the table. There's no wine left. They're just bullshitting. They go, yeah, let's go.
Oh
Hello?
my God.
Sorry.
You know how I used to do it? I used to start vacuuming.
That's good.
I'm sorry. Hey, you guys, you're invited to stay here. I understand you're having a great conversation, but we got to start cleaning unless you want to help us mop. And then that one be like, oh, you know what? We got to go.
Oh my God. No, it's in the bar business. It's very hard to get rid of people. They don't want to go. Then when you're playing music, they don't want to go. They want to keep singing. Go. And then when the music stops, they go like this, we'll sing a cappella. No, we're good. We're so
but
good.
Maria, we've had so many good snacks from that deli though across the street. Yeah, I remember I went and got us a couple sandwiches one time.
Oh yeah, well that's different.
You're packing up. What? You're packing up?
You closing?
Can you Can you do one more song?
Can you do one more?
One more song. Well, how about this one? My friend is such a good singer. My friend will sing. But the best trick in the book, I invented it. I'm proud of that. Is that I always go, I do the last song usually, and I go, that's right. You know what I want right about now? Bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. That's what Willie's talking about. So he just said it's bacon, egg, and cheese time for me. That means he has to go. So anyway, you can borrow that, you guys. Okay.
All right.
It is time for show.
Say goodnight.
Good.
Come say goodnight, Joe.
Joe, come here and say goodnight. I haven't seen you forever.
We'll have to get Joe on the show to talk about solar.
He'll talk anytime. Will you talk to her about solar?
Joe, we're gonna have you on the show soon.
I gotta get down all the way over here.
Oh my God, how cute!
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe. We love
hey, buddy.
Joe.
Anything because you have headphones
on. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh, here.
All right.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
You guys doing overtime here?
No, I know we gotta go. We got to go, but we wanted to get you in the frame. We love you. We hope the audience comes back every week and listens. We're going to bring Joe on very soon to talk about solar energy as we get into the hotter months and all that stuff. So, Joe, be ready. Get your notes out. You're going to be on the show talking about solar energy. Okay, maybe we'll get Andrew on there too.
Oh, God.
I know those environmental kids. I know. They talk and talk. I love it.
Just make sure John sends some more pictures of sunsets and some of him for me. Thank you.
All he's this week is just fog.
He said there's so much fog. No, he has a stack of pictures. He doesn't know what you want. Leo.
For Maria's, but the ones for me are...
He's a hottie. Yeah.
Will you stop it? That's her son, for Christ's sakes. That's their son.
Please.
I know. You're so used to it. All right. We love everybody. We love you guys. Please come back every Tuesday. Although we're not sure if we're going to do a show next week because it is 4th of July and people will be watching fireworks. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, it's prime fireworks time.
Yeah, it is. Everybody's up. But please.
Not in California.
If you live in New York, watch New York 1 because we're going to be on it. Yeah. So please, tomorrow is the deadline for pictures. Like in the next one, not even 24 hours. Tomorrow morning. If we don't have your pictures by tomorrow morning, you can't be in the video until next year. Okay. We love you guys. Everybody say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Love you. Bye, Leo.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
I
love you guys.
Love you.
All right. Let me end this broadcast. Good night, everybody. Happy Pride.